Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 266. I think we're at 266. Yeah, we're at 266. For this Wednesday, February 25th. It's hump day, everybody. It's hump day, everybody. Let's get the applause going. You guys, we're almost through with the week. Midway through. Almost through. Okay? You can do it. You can make it to the end of the week. We got snow. You're battling trying to get to work. You got to shovel your car out. Back spasms. I get it. But we're here. This is Rants About Tech Live. I'm your host Rod here in where we at? We in sunny Philadelphia. It's really not sunny. It just looks sunny. The iPhone does crazy stuff. Luckily it's working today. So how you guys doing? Good morning. We got a new camera angle here. Why? I don't even know. All the chats aren't showing up. I got live chat on here, but I just wrote something in the chat. I wrote, laugh my A off. I love that little meme to Dr. Ling. Why my chats aren't showing up, I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing up, but it's not. Nice, no doubt. So I'm experimenting. I'm trying some different stuff. I thought this wider view, I want to get a graphic of me pushing it out and then it extending. We're going to get that video going. That's going to be a cool effect. As you can hear, we also got the Form 4 going in the background. Yeah, I still got the Form 4. I didn't return that. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, the reason why I was having problems was all my fault. I don't know what cable goes where, so don't shoot me over it, okay? All right. But we're trying some new stuff. I'll be able to have graphics going on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying. Today's a pretty decent show today. We got a couple good tech news stories to talk about. One of those is going to be the Discord. We might not have to leave Discord, chat. Okay? It might be all right. We'll talk about that too. But this is the Rants About Tech show where we talk about tech news, we talk about eInk news, we talk about all kinds of stuff, including Discord. We talk about that too. So I'm glad you guys are here. Consider joining Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever, if this is your first time here. We'd love to have you. DeRock, how's it going? Big up to the chat crew. We got Dr. Ling here. We got DeRock here. We got Mitch. We got Aaron. We got Rob. How's it going, you guys? Get the applause going for you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I like the new can setup. No doubt. Yeah, I just had a comment block too. YouTube being YouTube. Yeah, it's so weird. They're just they don't block Dr. Ling coming in here saying it's Brittany B. He broke out the B on them. They don't block that. They blocked me saying I love that little meme though. Good job, YouTube. Good job. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the tech news, shall we? Oh, I lied. We ain't not getting into the tech news yet. We got intro stuff to talk about. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about before we get into the tech news is that I got orders out yesterday, which is why I didn't do a live stream yet. You guys, I realize it takes me a very long time to do things. I'm slow. I'm methodical. That's, there we go. I'm going to change that slow word to I'm methodical, which just happens to take a long time, okay? Now, I'm like, orders, I just I get them together, put them in a bag. I don't think about the label I have to do. I don't think about the packaging I have to do. I don't even be thinking about the label that goes. I'm trying to up my game. So I used to write on the packages. Now I'm printing out labels for the packages and putting them on the packages so they look a lot more professional now. So if you've gotten a package lately, you've noticed the professionalism, okay? I've grown a little bit. I used to just write stuff on there with a Sharpie. Aaron, you know what I'm talking about. Aaron was one of the first people to make an order. He got the Sharpie, okay? My bad, Aaron. You got the Sharpie, bro. But lately I've been upgrading my game. I thought the X tool would be able to give me some help in that area because it's a printer, CNC machine, and laser. It does it all. But you know what? The printer it's like a jack of all trades, but not good at any of them. That's the story of the X tool. I'm going to put that in the review for this thing. Jack of all trades, not good at anything. But you can do a lot. It does a lot. And if you're just getting into it, it could be good. It could, if you don't know what you're doing, and I didn't when I bought it, I was on my making, that's one of my first maker things I bought. I'm lying. That was the A1 Mini. That was the A1 Mini. I like the new cam setup. The administrative takes more time than we like. Yeah, I never consider it taking a long time to do administrative stuff. And you know what, chat? I'm not going to hold you. I hate administrative stuff. I've been talking about Amy trying to like pass it off to her. I'm like, don't you want to help me? She's like, I'm already helping. I'm like, you're right. My bad. My bad. Sounds like a Boox device. Yeah. The X tool it's got a printer on it that can print color, but like the remarkable paper, like the remarkable move, or I'm sorry, let's start over. Like the remove and its bigger brother, the Pro. Period. What was I gonna say about it? It can't produce black, right? It can produce a very dark blue, not black. And some of the people who got early packages from me too that I printed on this X tool right here, you saw the blue lettering when I tried to experiment with printing out labels on this thing. It was horrible. Never do it. You know how I bought a printer recently, and that's why I upgraded my professionalism in the sending packages off game. I'm making labels for the packages. It looks professional now. I can't hold you. I'm trying to get my stuff right before I open the Pixel Orange site, because once I do the Pixel Orange and I have to start hiring people, it's going to be different. I got to be professional then, and I got to have I don't want to do administrative stuff worked out by then. I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm just gonna put it there like that. That Form 4 is loud. If I was running my Mars or Saturn devices, you wouldn't even hear it. Okay, I'm just side note. All right, so and what it's printing right now? Hold on, let's see. You know what? The nibs are so small. Like I wouldn't even be. The build plate doesn't even rise high enough out of the resin for you to even see anything. That's why I can't record time lapse of all the stuff that I'm making. Everything is small. The feet, the spine, the nibs, they're all small. You can't even. There's nothing. It doesn't come far enough out of the vat for the camera to catch it. So you don't get anything. But yeah, so like the Boox devices, or like the remarkable devices, the Pro devices, it doesn't show black. So that's the thing. We're gonna be done with this pretty soon. So, but the orders are out. So that's what I did all day yesterday, was put in order, and it took me all day. Like, I mean, it didn't help. I got to the post office and then had, shout out. You know what? Let's get the air horns going for overseas. Where's the air horn? Let's get the air horns going for my overseas guys in the community. Listen, to all my brothers in Norway, in Poland, in the UK. Poland and the UK order a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna hold you. They like their nice nibs over there. They don't play no games. But that's where I send most of my overseas orders to, is Poland and the UK, oddly enough. Shout out to my guys over there. Shout out to y'all. But anyway, when I have to send orders over there, that's an ordeal in and of itself. Everyone at the post office hates me because that's not something I can automate. Everything else I have automated. I've automated everything else, so it helps a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. So, yeah, when I have to send those overseas orders, it's an event going to the post office in that case. But again, I don't mind. So if you guys are in Poland, in the UK, listening to this right now, listen, I don't mind. It's an ordeal, but it's an ordeal I'd rather go through. It beats shoveling snow. So, got that. All right, what else we got here on the intro? We haven't even got through the intro. Lost season 11. I don't know if you guys are watching the show, or if you ever seen an episode of Lost, but Lost is one of the most gripping shows I've ever seen in my life, and season 11 is probably the best. It'll go down as the best season of Lost ever. I'm not sorry. I said Lost. My bad. Oh God, not Lost. I meant Alone. My bad. I got to go back to the YouTube thing and change that, because I do not watch Lost. But Alone, I meant Alone. Alone is one of the most gripping pieces of television ever. Hopefully those overseas shipments aren't too counterfeiters joke. I hope not. Listen, I got patents out. come at me, bro. Okay, come at me. I've had to do 4 rounds of snow blowing already. Oh my God! And we had more snowfall today. And this weekend the Northeast is supposed to get hit again. So if you live in the Northeast, loss is also great, Dr. Ling. That changed my opinion of you instantly. Tell me what Lost is good for. I've tried to watch Lost on many different occasions, and I'm like, this is too theatrical for me. It's too theatrical. What do you like about Lost, Dr. Ling? Me and you usually like this. We usually like this, bro. Like, what do you got for me? Like, why do you like it? And maybe it'll resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? Because literally, me and you like this most of the time. We've had like no snow in Colorado. What? Colorado not getting snow? Mitch, the world's coming to an end. Bro, get out while you can, bro. Colorado's going down fast. What else we got here? eInk's remove sling. I want to see if I can show this. Can I show this, chat? We about to see if I can show eInk's sling here. Where's it at? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one too. Oh, that's all. They're all the wrong ones. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's see if we can show eInk's sling here. I think it's really good. And I want to give out some. Oh boy, this could go badly. This could. Chat. This may go poorly. Is it? Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. Good deal. All right, so this is eInk's sling. By the way, eInk, I love this. I said it in the reply to this, but I do love it. This right here is exactly what I was hoping for. And she went. Can I get a? She went so far as to put. There's a little bit of rigidity in. I would have never thought of that. I would have never thought to have a little bit of rigidity in the actual thing itself. Listen, eInk, kudos to you. Okay, you clearly know what you're doing over there. I would have never thought of that. But moving on. So I like this, and she was asking about the taperedness of the design here. Whether both of these designs need to be tapered. This one's kind of free flowing and loose, which I think is good. I think you should have one that's free flowing and loose. Because I like to adjust my stuff. I like to adjust it on my body, you know what I mean? And it would be very cool to be able to adjust it on your body, but still have the buckle right here, but be able to adjust the sling so that I can have it on the side right here, which is how I'll have it most of the time. Just kind of like hanging on the side or off to the front. Or I can have it hanging in the small of my back. And if it's free flowing on that strap, like you have it here. Let's go back here. Like you have it here. If it's free flowing on the strap, you can move it to where you want it. I love that. And if I felt like I wanted to keep it in one place, I'll throw some Velcro there. Yeah, not a bad solution. Try to keep it in place. You know what I'm saying? Do that. But anyway, I don't think it needs that. I don't think it needs that little part at the bottom, the little tapered part here. It would be nice. It would be cool to like have that strap coming out of a tapered part, but it's totally not necessary. I mean, it looks simple the way that it is. I like simplicity. It looks elegant in its simplicity the way that it is. The one that's on the strap and the tapered one. Clearly, if you're making one that's going to fit someone you know and you can build that strap like you built it for yourself because you have your body there with you. Presumably. You're not AI, are you, eInk? Okay. But yeah, so I like them. I really do like them both. What else? I do like the lip that's on it too. Let's take a look at that. I do like the lip. Put on here. This sling right here is going to hold the Remarkable Paper Pro Move inside of it. I mean, there's other things you could probably put in there too, but it's a sling for that device specifically. And she's got some other things on here too. She's got a pocket for her phone on here in the back, which I think is an awesome idea. Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to see the orange one. I can't wait to see the orange one. What do we got in the chat here? I had echo. My bad, you guys. Oh, input. Oh, my bad. Let me check that out. Let's check that out. Oh, there we go. All right. Is that better? That should be better. All right. My bad. My bad. Chat. I'm learning. I was using that for when I was recording some screen recordings for a video I'm putting together. So my bad. I'll make sure I keep that in check. I should make a different. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a different profile for non-live stuff. I'll make a different profile so I won't have that little thing happening. How many people did I lose right there? I didn't. We got a couple people. Hey, if you're just joining the show, thank you for joining. Give me a like if you're liking the content so far, and consider subscribing if you're getting something out of the show. What else we got here? I think that was it for all the intro stuff. Yeah, lovely sling, Shink. I really do like it. I appreciate you putting in that work, and I'm gonna have to compensate you in some kind of way for this thing, because I know there's a lot of time goes into those. All right, let's go into get to the tech. Okay, now, first up we got here on the tech news front, man. Is this the first thing we want to talk about? That is not the first thing we want to talk about. Okay, Discord. All right, here we go. So Discord is not canceling its planned age verification. It's more of a delay. But I think this delay is giving them some time to retort. You know what I'm saying? Got to retort sometimes. Got to retort. Okay, all right, moving on. Let's get into the details here. Discord's controversial age verification saga has reached a new turning point. The original rollout plan has officially been canceled, and also my print just ended. You can probably hear me a little better now. That thing is loud. That was a good test for how loud it is in real-time situations. The original rollout plan has officially been canceled, with a new plan and more user-friendly options coming later in the year. Discord announces big changes and delay to age verification requirement. Earlier this month, Discord faced significant pushback from its users after announcing plans for a global age verification rollout. Yeah, we were leaving. I think over 70% of the chat crew that day that was on the live stream when I did the poll was like, yeah, let's leave Discord if they're doing this, because I don't like it. I don't trust them. Basically, is what everyone was saying. As originally communicated, starting in March, Discord users would need to undergo a face scan or submit ID forms to continue having full access to the service. Until that verification was submitted, all users would be restricted to teen-level access. Discord initially responded to the outcry with some key clarifications it failed to communicate at first. For example, it emphasized that many users never accessed the kind of adult-only spaces that would require age verification. But today, in a new blog post, co-founder and CTO Stanislav, okay, here we go, right here. Stanislav Vishnevsky, okay, Stanislav, one more time. Stanislav Vishnevsky. Bam, I nailed it right that time, chat. I nailed it that time. It was painful. And if you're still here, I'm sorry. Went much further. Per the post, age verification will no longer be required in March. Instead, it's being pushed to the second half of 2026. More significant than the delay, though, is several key details changing that should make the eventual rollout far less controversial. All right, let's get into those. Adding more verification options. We already had alternatives in development, including credit card verification. We'll complete and expand those before scaling globally so you can have more options you're comfortable with. That's a start. That's a start, bro. Scanning my face, my ID, never. Vendor transparency. We'll document every verification vendor and their practices on our website and make it clear to the product who each vendor is. We've also set a new requirement. Any partner offering facial age estimation must perform it entirely on device. If they don't meet that bar, we won't work with them. All right, so they're trying to set some standards for doing this to kind of soften the blow of being shady, I guess. A new spoiler channel option. We know many communities use use age-restricted channels not for adult content, but for topics people prefer to engage with on their own terms, spoilers, politics, and heavier conversations. We're building a dedicated spoiler channel option so communities don't have to age gate their server just to give members that choice. I've never thought about that, but maybe we should have one of those in the Discord. Just give us your credit card instead, says Mitch. Credit card verification. Oh, thank God. We're saved. Dude. Listen, Mitch. Nothing's gonna be totally not shady, but maybe just less shady. A technical blog post before global launch. We'll push a detailed post explaining how our automatic age determination systems work, including the signal categories and privacy constraints, so you can evaluate our approach yourselves. And then lastly, we have age assurance data in our transparency reports. We'll include how many users were asked to verify, what methods they used, and how often our automated systems handled it without any user action. I mean, it's a start. Listen, they're going to make more changes, okay? They're going to make more changes. This is not the end of it. That's why they're giving themselves a little bit of time to receive more blowback, right? And then make more changes. I think that's what's coming. Based on these changes, it seems likely that when Discord does finally require age verification from users, it should stir quite the reaction that the initial. It shouldn't stir quite the reaction that the initial plan did. We'll see. I don't know. I just think that this is one of those things where they're just buying themselves some time to kind of just go the other way entirely. I think they're just going to look at the industry and see what the rest of the industry is doing. You know what I mean? Or like I said, it could just be waiting for the blowback to happen from this and then, adjust accordingly. But it's still a little bit. Next up, we got, this is a story I was going to talk about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, when I found out my initial bits of information about this. So this is about Claude, right, and Anthropic. They're really in a tough spot right now, and I feel bad for those guys over there. I really do. It's like I want to equate this to being beautiful, you know what I mean? But beauty is subjective, and it's kind of hard to say what different people approach it. But one of the things is like beauty is a gift and a curse, right? I mean, you can look good, but it's a curse sometimes too, because you get haters. If you look too good, you're gonna get haters. It could be a curse in that people treat you differently, you know what I'm saying? So it could be there's a lots of things that could be a gift and a curse. When you're too good at something, it could be a gift and a curse. When you're beautiful, it could be a gift and a curse too. So Anthropic is just too good at what they do, clearly. They're clearly just too good at what they do. If you're coding and using AI, you're probably using Claude. And if you're not, you should be, because it's the best one. It's the best AI for that kind of thing. It's the best AI out there for a lot of things. I wouldn't call Claude a consumer-facing AI chatbot. It ain't the best consumer-facing one. That, to me, is Gemini. But Claude does have personality. They hired somebody at Claude, a philosopher at Claude, to dictate certain mannerisms and tones that Claude takes when talking, right? In its responses. So they're all in on this AI. Anthropic is, and something I didn't know about Anthropic too is that Anthropic is made up of ex OpenAI employees. I had no idea. It makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, but I never would have guessed that. And I didn't know that until like a couple of weeks ago when I first got wind of this story right here. And when I got wind of this story, it was talking about how Claude was being used in the Department of Defense for operations. And I'm like, oh, word? Claude, I mean, Anthropic is just like, oh yeah, use our tools for defense. We don't care. Create weapons. Who cares? I don't know why. I just thought all AI companies were against that. Clearly that's not the case, right? But I was wrong about Anthropic, because even though Anthropic is Claude is being used by the Department of Defense in the US for a lot of military operations, namely the operation that was put. Oh boy, I didn't want that. Namely, the operation that was carried out in Venezuela recently. Claude was used in that operation, and I was like, wow, I didn't know to what extent this stuff went. But apparently, Anthropic is not cool with the DOJ using, or the DOD using its models for that kind of purpose, to help research and analyze data. Yeah, but it's being used in a different way than what Anthropic thought that their models would be used by the DOD. And because of that, Claude has responded, or not Claude, but Anthropic has responded by saying, no, we don't want our models used in that way, and we will scale back our availability of our models if it continues to be used in that way. And the DOD is like, really? Shreggy? What's going on here? Nah, bro, you not. So the Department of Defense is making it hard for Anthropic to pull back and scale back its use of Anthropic in ways that, or scale back its use of Claude in ways that Anthropic deems unethical. And that's basically what this is. This is an ethics play. And the Department of Defense is giving Anthropic a really hard time. They're threatening Anthropic with all kinds of retaliation if they don't open their models up to be used in whatever way the Department of Defense chooses to use them. And I just thought that was a really interesting and unfortunate turn of events for a company. You know, it's like I said, it's the gift and the curse. They're really good at what they do, clearly probably the best at what they do. And because of that, they've gotten the gaze of the government, and the government's like, well, we're commandeering your model, basically, if you don't give us the right to do whatever. And I think that's super unfortunate for Anthropic. I mean, it's definitely going to change how Anthropic approaches building their models and what they choose to do with them. 100%. This particular obstacle right here is going to change a lot about how AI is being handled, for sure. You mean Department of War? Yeah, yeah. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy, and I just wish that, you know, I wish Anthropic well. I hope they figure out and navigate this space the best way they know how, and I hope that leads to them having some autonomy in how they handle their own business, and you know, hopefully it's not a situation to where the government comes in and just, you know, turns their company into a government-run entity. You know what I mean? That would suck, you know, and it would suck for them, especially with their mission statement, how it stands, with how it stands today. So hopefully this doesn't get too far, but let's get into some of the details here. That was a long-winded intro to this, but here we go. U.S. military leaders, including Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, met with executives from the artificial intelligence firm Anthropic on Tuesday to hash out a dispute over what the government will be able to do with the company's powerful AI model. Hegseth gave Dario Amodei, the Anthropic CEO, until the end of the day on Friday to agree to department terms or face penalties, Axios has reported. Anthropic, which presents itself as the most safety forward of the leading AI companies, has been mired in weeks of disagreement with the Pentagon over how the military is allowed to use its large language model, Claude. U.S. defense officials have pushed the unfettered access to Claude's capabilities, while Anthropic has reportedly resisted allowing its product to be used for mass surveillance or autonomous weapon systems that can use AI to kill people without human input. The Department of Defense, DoD, has integrated Claude into its operations, but has threatened to sever the relationship over what its top brass perceives as rollbacks erected by Anthropic. And the article goes on to talk about all the things that I was talking about in the lead up to this story here. But yeah, it's super unfortunate. Super unfortunate there. The Rock says, unpopular AI opinion. This chat's filter will be full of my comments today. Yeah. Has it been blocking comments? The chat has been blocking comments. It's really crazy today how it's been blocking comments. But yeah, if you guys have been seeing some of your chats blocked, let me know. I want to kind of keep an eye on that, because a few of mine were blocked and for no reason. I don't even know why. Let's see what we got here. But yeah, I think that was very interesting there. But let's move on to the next story we got here. So later. We got new MacBook Pro details, and it could be a touchscreen laptop by reports from, I think Bloomberg came up with this. Yep, Bloomberg. That Sunday report from Bloomberg be everything. Let's go ahead and get into the details. Apple has its first touchscreen equipped Mac coming later this year, the M6 MacBook Pro. And a new report offers fresh details on what to expect. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but when Steve Jobs was alive, there was a graphic that he had with like an ape with his finger up trying to point at a screen. Steve Jobs thought that was very archaic to be touching a laptop screen and using it as a touch screen. I don't think so. I love my Surface Pro. My Surface Pro do work. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just thought of that when reading that sentence. I'm like, yeah, Steve Jobs would have hated this. Here's what to expect from the first touchscreen Mac per the report from Mark Gurman. The report from Bloomberg today offers fresh details on the upcoming M6 MacBook Pro with an OLED touchscreen. First, Gurman says that the iPhone's dynamic island feature is coming to the next-gen MacBook Pro. The dynamic island on the Mac will be built around a punch hole size cutout for the computer's camera. It's smaller than the pill-shaped notch on current iPhones. Which isn't that big at all. It sounds like the current Mac notch design is getting significantly sized down. But even with a small hole punch, the software will make the cutout blend seamlessly by adding a dynamic island UI. Gurman also goes into detail on how Mac OS will work with its newly gained touch support. Here's a few of the details that were shared. The Mac will gain a refreshed dynamic user interface that can shift between being optimized for touch or point and click input, said the people. For instance, if users touch a button or control the interface, will bring up a new type of menu surrounding their finger that provides more relevant options for touch commands. Now that's cool. That's almost Minority Report-ish right there. Very Minority Report-ish. What else? I think we got that. The goal is to give users the controls that make more sense based on whether they're touching or clicking. The software will, and that's good for contextual-based UI stuff, right? If you're in a particular program and you touch the screen and you get options around your finger, they should be contextually sensitive to what's actually going on. And I fully expect Apple to do that kind of thing. That would be a slick UI. And if anyone could pull that off, it's going to be Apple. The software will also display the most appropriate set of controls based on a user's prior interactions. Okay, there we go. So that's some user contextual information, but I want it to be more contextual about not just you, the user, but more contextual about the program that you're using, right? And if a person taps on an item in the menu bar at the top of the screen, the set of controls will enlarge to be more easily selectable with a finger. That's cool too. I would understand a gesture-based input function. There was a third-party product. Okay, that's weird. Other details mentioned include support for standard iOS and iPad OS features like fast scrolling and ability to zoom in and out of pages or images and PDFs. And the emoji picker getting a touch-optimized interface. One thing that's emphasized throughout the report is that the Mac isn't becoming touch first. Rather, touch will simply complement the primary input methods of keyboard and trackpad. Even though the new MacBook Pro with the M5 Pro and M5 Max chip are expected next week, Gurman says that the new M6 model is still coming later this year, likely in October or November. What are your takes on this, you guys? Are we interested in a touchscreen MacBook Pro? I am. I am. If I could just, the thing is, if I don't have to grab, if I don't have to grab a mouse, and maneuver my way to a window and then click something, if I could just, bam, how much quicker is that? It's a lot quicker. And I would love that kind of interaction with my laptop. I would love that. That would be very cool. That would be very cool indeed. What do you guys think? What do we got in the chat here? OLED, very much so. Touchscreen on a laptop, okay, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I like touchscreen on my. I'm only saying this because I have a Surface Pro and I've been using a Surface Pro for years now. And that's one of the things I like about the Surface Pro, the instant access to certain things, especially if it's just content. You know, I could imagine myself having multiple camera views open on the MacBook Pro and then just being able to click on those different camera views. You know what I'm saying? And volume could just be a swipe up, a click, not a mouse grab, go over to that particular part and then do that. It's as simple as, oh, there's the volume, raise, done. I like the immediate. I like gestures though. So I'm a big gestures person, which is why I hate the Supernote gestures. Because I wish they worked. And they don't. But that's a whole nother story. Yeah, I typed that weird. I'd be hyped for OLED. Yeah. Can't wait to give Apple my money. No doubt. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too. That would, you know what? That would be the only thing that would get me to upgrade to an M6 MacBook Pro. Because I have an M4 Max chip here in my MacBook Pro, and I am wholeheartedly planning on rocking out with this device until like 2028. You know what I'm saying? That was my plan. I'm giving this device 4 or 5 years of my life, and we gonna rock out. That's why I wanted the top spec one, because I knew how long I was gonna try to keep it. But don't, and I'm not swayed easily by FOMO. I'm not a FOMO dude. You know what I mean? Unless it can help me, then I have FOMO. If it's just new, I don't care. I don't care. You know how, this is how much I don't care about new. Look at my cell phone. Okay, hold on. Look at my cell phone. When Jay came to visit me, Jay saw my cell phone and instantly thought I was poor. I'm just like, yeah, I am poor, but I'm not that poor. I can afford a new phone. I don't care. I got tape on my phone holding the screen together. That's how much I don't care. I don't care about new. I only care if it can help me. Does it do something that can help me? Yeah? Okay, well, let's talk. Is it just new, though? Oh, nah, I don't care. I don't care. And yeah, I'm a tech dude with a taped up phone. I like tech, but it's got to be useful. Function, I'm about to say form over function, but that's not the case all the time. Sometimes it is function over form, but yeah, here's what it is. What do we got in the chat here? My last 2 laptops have had touchscreens. Really? Primarily input will always be mouse and keyboard. Right. I totally agree with that too. And consistently taking hands off these to touch the screen tend to waste time. Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that, Duroc. Keyboard and mouse will always be my primary input as well. I'm totally with you on that. But in cases where I'm just consuming, not really. If I'm doing work, hell yeah. The touchscreen is not gonna, no. But if I'm consuming, right, that's when the touchscreen comes into play for me. Not really doing work. I'm totally with you. What was I ranting about before I went on that? I don't even remember now. But I think it was a good rant. We're gonna move on. Next story we got up here for tech is going to be Oura. Actually, no. Is that the next one? Yeah, Oura. So Oura launches a proprietary AI model focused on women's health. I thought that was very, very interesting. Now, we all know smartwatches have health trackers in them. They're basically health trackers that tell time. Okay, that's basically what we're dealing with. Especially if you got the Apple Watch, it's a health tracker that tells time. Apple cares about health, and I really appreciate that. I'm not. That's not me taking a shot. Okay, I totally love that. But this is a company deciding they're going to take women's health and make that a priority in the product that they're making. And I love that. Let's talk about it. Oura announced on Tuesday that it's launching its first proprietary AI model to enable its AI chatbot, Oura Advisor, to deliver personalized insights around women's health. The company says the model supports questions spanning the full reproductive health spectrum from early menstrual cycles through menopause. The new model is rolling out in Oura Labs, the company's opt-in experimental feature hub within the Oura app. Oura says the new model draws on established medical standards, research, and knowledge sources reviewed by its in-house team of board-certified clinicians and women's health experts. It also integrates biometric signals and long-term trends to deliver personalized guidance. As people are increasingly turning to AI chatbots for health guidance, from cycle changes to premenopause symptoms, Oura says there is a need for models designed specifically for women. And I wholeheartedly agree with this. And that's one of the bigger things. I've bought all the women in my life health trackers, like at one point or another. And not for this particular reason, but that's an added bonus, right? But because I think that women get the most out of these things because they can track more about, especially when it's health related stuff. Like women do get an added bonus of having it be able to track those cycles of their life as well. So big up to them for recognizing that and deciding that, yeah, this is a big enough thing that we're going to make a product just for that. And like I said, I've been buying health trackers for the women in my life for a very long time, and they all love them. And they've all gone on to buy either better ones or different ones, or better models of the one that I gifted. But they've all found value in it, and I've always thought that was very interesting, especially since I came upon those little caveats of things that it does. This custom model is a fundamental shift in how we responsibly deploy AI in health to meet the needs of our members, said Ricky Bloomfield, MD, Chief Medical Officer at Oura, in a press release. Women's health is too complex and too often overlooked to rely on one-size-fits-all systems. By designing a model specifically for women and grounding it in trusted clinical science and real-world biometric data, we're setting the standard for how responsible intelligence should be built and expected across more areas of health, pairing rigorous science with the lived longitudinal data that makes Oura uniquely powerful. The launch of the new women's health AI model across Oura chief. Whoa. That was hard. The launch of the new women's health AI model across comes as Oura Chief Commercial Officer Dorothy Kilroy told TechCrunch last October that the company's fast-growing user segment isn't gym rats, it's women in their early 20s. And again, like I said, I can attest to that. When a user takes Oura Advisor a women's health question, health question. The chatbot prompts the new model to reference its research and knowledge sources while also analyzing the user's relevant biometric signals across sleep, activity cycle, and pregnancy data, as well as stress and more. So basically, it's just working on data that's in-house data, right? Kind of like a Notebook LM would do things. You feed your own data to Notebook LM. That way, the hallucinations become a lot less, if at all, right? The data is a lot more accurate because it's working off of your own data that you've given it. Same here. So this model is just working off data that's being fed to it from Oura and the experts that they've hired around this particular project. I think that's cool. When a user asks Oura Advisor, I think we got there already. Yeah, but that's very cool. That's very cool. I like that. The new model is intentionally designed to be non-dismissive, assuring, and emotionally supportive of the company notes. However, it's not designed to be a doctor, as users should use the chatbot for a diagnosis. Users shouldn't use the chatbot for a diagnosis or treatment plans. Oura says the model is hosted entirely on Oura-controlled infrastructure and that conversations are not shared or sold, or never shared or sold. Users who want to access the new model can opt into Oura Labs by navigating to the top-down menu in the upper left corner of the Oura app. I think this is very cool. Just a company deciding that that's a big enough segment of the market to make something specifically for that. Kudos to them. All right, and that is all the tech news we have. Let's get into the second half of the show where we talk about some topics. All right, what do we got in chat? My favorite part of Oura is that they exist. I have a flipper and chunky NFC ring to hold IDs. Much easier for other people to think it's an Oura. What is a flipper? It's a flipper is a chunky NFC ring to hold IDs. That's interesting. So people think it's an Oura, but it's not. Interesting. Spoken like a true hacker. All right. So as far as eInk goes, we just got some Reddit here, you guys. A couple of Reddit posts I thought was interesting. And if you guys have any eInk topics that are pressing, you guys want to mull over with the chat here, you guys throw that into the comments. or throw it into the chat. First up is another remarkable lottery post. This viewer thought they won the remarkable lottery. Now, what I initially thought when I first got the remove is that, oh, they've made a better screen for the remove, and it's a lot better than my Remarkable Paper Pro screen, so that must be new tech. Probably not so much. I've been seeing a lot and enough of these stories on Reddit and across the internet of people showing pictures of their devices. Some are yellow, some are not. And that ranges from the Remarkable Paper Pro to the Remarkable Paper Pro Move. Sometimes they show a yellow Remarkable Paper Pro Move screen. Sometimes they show a not yellow Remarkable Paper Pro Move screen. Sometimes they show a yellow Remarkable Paper Pro screen. Sometimes it's not yellow Remarkable Paper Pro screen. It's a lottery. It's a gamble. I'm going to keep buying Remarkable Paper Pros until I get me one that's not yellow. And then I'm going to send all the other ones back. You get 50 days, right? I'm tired of waiting. I'm not going to wait on Remarkable to do it for me. Listen, I'm just going to order a whole bunch of them. And then whichever one is not yellow, I'm keeping that, sending the rest of them back. Is that what you want me to do, Remarkable? You could just send me a non-yellow one. You could just send me a non-yellow one. You're going to force me to buy 8 devices? And then you have to refurbish 7 of them? Just send me a non-yellow one. Okay, chat. My bad. I don't know what happened. Discord decided, not Discord, but OBS decided to just shut down on me for no reason. It was like, we're quitting now? Oh, boy. Oh, we're back. We're back. Are we back? I think we are back. Okay. All right. So we're back. My bad, chat. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I just think that they should just send me one. They should just send me one that's not yellow so I don't have to go through the crap. Yeah, word. Remarkable heard it and just decided they was going to pull the plug on my broadcast. But anyway, I think they had a better picture. There we go. That's a better picture. That's the best picture I saw right there. Like, I'm so glad my remove is not yellow, because that would have put me off. I would have not been ranting and raving about this device had it had a yellow screen like its bigger sibling. I'm like, oh, that's not good. My Pro has a pretty good screen, in my opinion. Yeah, your Pro has a pretty good screen. I want the screen that's in your Pro, bro. I'm rhyming out here this morning. No dots, black or white. No unreasonable ghosting. And the front light is even throughout. I got the Move and had the same results. That is, of course, until I placed them next to each other and realized the screen warmth was not to my liking. No. It's yellow, bro. I know some like it cooler and some like it warmer. But now, I don't think this is cool or warm. This is yellow or not yellow, in my opinion. Yeah, is that the screen warmth or LED warmth? I don't think it's warmth at all, The Rock. I'm very happy with both my Pro and Move screen qualities. You got super lucky, Dr. Ling. If you hit the lottery on both your devices, man, listen, let's get the applause going. Oops, that was ambulance. We don't want the ambulance. Dr. Ling, listen, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. I want a new Pro so bad too, Mitch. You ain't the only one, Mitch. I want a Remarkable Paper Pro so bad. A new one. Just to get rid of the yellow screen. You don't know how happy I'll be. I would use that big device more. I would use it a lot more if it didn't have that yellow screen, because my Remarkable Paper Pro Move has shown me how good it can be. I can't go back to that trash. I can't go back to that. Come on now. Chill out. I can't do that. My devices look like the Reddit post, says Dr. Ling. Oh, so one of your devices is yellow and one of them is not yellow, but you're happy with that. Well, I'm not. I'm not. Would you describe the Move as tiny? Nah. The Move ain't tiny. If it was tiny, it would fit in my pocket. You need a cargo pocket for this. I found my Remarkable Paper Pro Move pen the other day. I was so happy. It was, where was it at? Um, oh, it was in my bag. When I went to go send the orders off, I forgot that I had put the remove in my bag, and clearly the pin came off in the bag, and I had forgotten about it or didn't realize it, and it sat there for weeks. They look like that because of the front light being on. I don't know. I don't know. Cause these are the two screens right here, and this bottom one looks yellow, and that top one don't look yellow. Oh, they do have the light on though. Nah, bro. Nah, that ain't the light, man. That ain't the light, man. That is not the light. He has the light on, but let me assure you, that is not the light. Because when I turn my oh, you know what it could be. Hold on, let me grab the Pro. Let me You know what? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this right now. Solve this once and for all. What do we got here? All right. So, let's go to a note here. All right. I don't have a. Oh, yeah, it is on. Let me turn that off. There we go. All right. Let's turn this off. Okay. So we can clearly see here the difference between the remove is the same color as the bezel. And the Pro is not the same color as the bezel. And none of these devices have a front light on right now. Why I got this black band right here, I don't know. That's new. Yo, what the hell is that? And it's only in the note too, so thank God. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, we got syncing going on now. Oh, but all right, while it's doing that. So we can clearly see without the light on, there's a difference. This is yellow. Now let's turn the light on full blast and see if my no. You see what I'm saying? Even though my light is just turned on full blast, it didn't make my screen yellow. You know what I mean? Now both lights are on full blast, and this is still a good color. It's not yellow. All right. So yeah, it's not yellow. So I think that, I don't know. I'm conflicted now, chat. At first, y'all almost convinced me that it could be the light warmth. I don't think it's the light warmth. I think it's the screen itself. The screen is just yellow. For me. Now, for other people, it could not be that way. But for me personally, the light brightness isn't what's changing the screen yellow. It's the screen being yellow in and of itself. Not a link. Sorry, you didn't blow up the chat. Make your room dark. Oh, I can't. Oh, you know what you know what I could do. No, that wouldn't do it either. You know what? Let's see. I got both of these on. Let's check it out. Let's take a look. Let's grab the iPhone. Let's grab the iPhone and take a look. Okay, can we see that? Oh boy. Can we? Oh, there we go. All right, so this is darker, and still is not yellow. Let's take a look. Let's go into some a little darkness. Okay. I don't. All right, I would say, yeah, the light from the remarkable light on the remove is probably, what do you guys think? It's not reddish at all. And the reddish is only happening at the bottom of the screen on the Pro. The top of the screen where the My Files is at, that's looking yellow. But the bottom looks red. Can we see that? I'm not sure if that comes across on camera. Yeah, I'm not sure if that came across. Yeah, I'm not sure if that came across at all, chat. Oh, you guys couldn't hear me. Again, I had stuff set up for a rant about making live stream for when I was using the iPhone. I had the wireless mics clipped to me at that point. So no wireless mic now. And I took the iPhone. I should have had I didn't want the double. Man, all right. So basically what I was saying during that, if you guys couldn't hear me, the bottom of the remove screen looked red and the top of the remove screen with the light on looked yellow. What did you guys see? Both looked pretty yellow. I will give it that. But the bigger device looked red-ish at the bottom, towards the bottom of the screen. I'm not sure if you guys saw that at all. Is it because I have an older screen? That could be true. I mean, I do have an older screen. They sent me that. They actually sent me the bigger device, and they sent it to me before launch. So I had it for launch. So it was one of the first devices that come off the line. There was an article today. They're developing an app that detects if people near you wearing video capture glasses. Thoughts? I think that's cool. Full transparency, never a bad thing. The Rock. Yeah, full transparency is never a bad thing. I wear smart glasses, as you guys know, and if people around me knew I had them, I wouldn't give a crap. It's only the people who are like trying to do something nefarious that probably would care about that. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't care. I mean, you can't see the light a lot when it's recording, but for me, I'm only recording my one wheel stuff and, the odd dude trying to like beat up the local store owner. You guys remember that? I talked about that on live stream a little while back, and you guys were like, "You be careful." Well, if you buy a new Remarkable Paper Pro, sell me the old one. I will be selling the Remarkable Paper Pro on the Discord, the bigger device. But I will be selling a lot of devices on the Discord here pretty soon. I'm winding down. As you guys can tell, the print just got done printing for the nibs. I'm making plastic nibs. So right now, the nibs for the crystal nibs, I'm so set with those. The material is awesome. The new design is awesome. The way they work is awesome. So I'm good with that. Right now, I'm just like taking nice glorified pictures and getting them ready for the website. Plastic nibs are what I'm working on now, and it's so much easier to make solid plastic nibs than it is the hollow ones. I mean, you can imagine it would be easy to do, right? But it's so much easier to do, and that I'm almost done even making the white and black ones. And the white ones are really nice. The black ones are good, but so I haven't gotten the I've only gotten the Norris white ones to work so far. But here we go. So I've only gotten the Norris white ones to work, but this is what the white one looks like here. And I love this material right here. I really do. You can't see right here. And like I said, I'm going to do a video talking about these nibs. You can't see that from the video right here on from the live stream, but the material is like a milky white, and it's got a polished shine to it. I like it a lot. I think this is going to sell really well once people try them and they're like, oh yeah, this feels good. And it's going to last a little bit longer than typical because it's a composite. This is a composite material. And it's going to last a little bit longer than normal plastic nibs and feel different than normal plastic nibs. It has a little stiffer of a feel to it, but I like it. I really do like it. Now, the black one I thought I was going to like here, and this is how they come off the print. This is how they come off the printer here. Where are we? Oh, boy. Sony, why? Oh, Sony, why are you doing this to me? All right, here we go. So this is how these come off of the printer here with the supports. But I think I have one that's like the white ones feel good no matter what device I'm using it with. Like the white ones just feel good no matter what. But the black ones I have here, they're both rigid resins. One is this black one here is a more it's a heat resistant material, but I thought it would be kind of cool because it's of its rigid properties. Not so good. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't use this on a Supernote. I've been using these nibs on the Boox products, but the Supernote, it feels super sticky, so I don't like that. The white one feels good no matter what I'm doing. But oh, here we go. Here's a black one that's not on that. And here's one of the black ones here. And you can't really see these all that well. Like I said, I'm going to do videos showing these in more detail. I can't. Oh, there we go. That's not too bad. This one isn't as. This one doesn't have a polished finish. It has more of a matte finish to it. But yeah, again, I'm going to be sending these out, but I personally don't like them that much. But just because I don't like felt. So some people might like this, and for the same reason I don't like felt, and some people do like felt. So, but this one I'm totally in love with, and I can't wait to finish these up and get these in both shapes. Like this is the Norris one right here, but I'm making one for standard EMR pens as well. And I can't wait for that. Matter of fact, we've tried this on a live before, but let's go ahead and throw it in the Norris. And this is going to be even bigger for Norris pens because because you can't find Norris size regular nibs. I think the only Norris size nibs you can buy right now, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong if you know better. Actually, maybe not, because they do have some titanium that fit Norris nibs or Norris pens. So never mind. Well, 86 that comment. But as far as plastic and felt goes, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Matter of fact, let's take a look. Let's see what Amazon has. Let's see what Amazon does in that category. Why is listen, chat, why is Rufus all over? Oh boy. Why is Rufus all over, chat? I don't want Rufus. All right, so replacement nibs for Norris we got right here. Yep, so they do have titanium size for the Norris. Are these the rubberized ones though? I know these right here that come with the Norris, those replacements have the rubber inserts in them. And like I said, I know the titanium because I know Jay uses titanium in his Norris. But I think all of the other nibs that you can buy with it are the ones that come with the rubber in the middle. I don't think you can buy non-titanium nibs for the Norris that don't have rubber in the middle. Yeah. At least not on Amazon. At least not on Amazon. So for me, these are going to be cool. The white tips for the Norris are going to be cool because you can only buy titanium right now or rubber filled. You can only buy titanium right now or rubber filled nibs. So as far as plastic nibs go that are going to give you just that plastic feel, I haven't even seen felt nibs for this for this pen. If you guys know better than me, let me know. You guys let me know. Just got a memo at work. All smart wearables are banned now. I'm not surprised, Aaron. I'm not surprised. Sell it to me. No need to post the LOL. All right, I got you, Aaron. Team Remarkable. I got you. All right, Aaron, you got it. if you want my yellow Remarkable, you got it. I'll sell it to you for a really good price too. Like, I'm just trying to get rid of it so I can have an incentive to get the other one. That's gonna be the thing. So, but yeah, that's. I think that's it. I think it's gonna be the show for today, Chad. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I'm still working hard on getting these nibs done. Like I said, I just got done printing some more, so I'm gonna test to see if when I just got done printing, it's gonna be the standard version of this white nib right here. I still haven't gotten the size down for those yet, but we're working on it. All right, thanks you guys for being here. I really appreciate chat crew for being here. Dr. Ling, we got Mitch, we got Aaron, we got DeRock, we got Rob, we got eInk. It's honorary always. I think that was it. I think I got everybody. If I didn't get you, I'll get you next time. I appreciate you guys for being here. Rants About Tech Live, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. If you're not busy during that time, consider joining us. What else? We'll be back tomorrow. Thursday show. I think we got more. I think what I'm gonna do is show some more of the white nibs I have. Like I said, the ones I just got done printing. Assuming the size of those are right, we can show those on tomorrow's show. So we'll talk more about that and tech news and some other stuff that we got going on. I hope there's something exciting to talk about in the eInk realm tomorrow. We'll see. All right, everybody. Until then, you guys take care. I will see you all then. Peace.